like right on the edge of Irish Hills, and so we had the rolling green hills and the big, you know, maple and oak trees. And the one thing I love is we have the apple trees that are like well over 100 years old, and they're just out there in our pastures just growing wild. There's apples, there's pear trees, there's, you know, cherry trees that just grow wild out on our farm. And being able to be out there, you're moving cattle on horseback, you know, and you can just ride under the tree and go grab a piece of fruit while you're out there. Anywhere else in the country that I've been, that, you know, is not possible. We're the 6th generation to farm, and Emerson will be the 7th. The same property that we started out in about 1860s, early 1860s, and you know, we've changed over the years. Started out with more milking shorthorns and having lambs, and then in the 1950s my grandpa started switching things over to more of the beef cattle, and in the 80s my dad started a registered Simmental herd, and then in the 90s we started feeding out more beef cattle, and kind of started the whole beef cattle operation. I guess right about then was when we really got serious about, you know, the quality beef. We raise all of our corn on the farm that we feed the cattle, and so we were, at that time, we were starting to, you know, we're formulating rations and with nutritionists, and really looking into what kind of, you know, nutrients that they're getting, making sure they're being fed out correctly to get to, you know, a choice or a prime quality grade.
So we feed our cattle. They start out on pasture with their moms as calves, and then once they're weaned from their mothers, then we finish them on a corn-based diet. And so they, like Matt was saying, they get like a mixed ration of like cracked corn, corn silage, and then distiller's grains, which is a byproduct of when you make ethanol, and it's really high in protein. And then they also get free choice hay and water and mineral and all that kinds of stuff. So we have 2 different types of operations. We have a cow-calf operation, and we have about 75 mama cows and calves. And then our feedlot operation, where we feed out our cattle, we usually feed about 400 head a year.
So we sell most of that, gets sold through an auction or directly to one of the large packers like JBS, Tyson, or Cargill. There's order buyers that come around and, you know, go through our lot and will offer us a price for them. So that's how we typically have done it in the past. You know, it's something that amount and quantity, you kind of have to have a larger packer to buy, because you're selling more every month. But that was the one nice thing about having Acorn start up this, you know, past year, is it really allowed us to diversify our operation, and we weren't really, you know, beholden to some of these large packing companies and the prices that they were offering, that we could start setting our own prices and for our premium product, we thought.
About a year ago, we kind of started dabbling with selling freezer beef, you know, just selling like quarters, halves, and wholes to try and diversify. And then about that time when we were ready to expand even further than that, that's about when Acorn was, you know, starting to look for farmers. And so when we started selling our beef here, it's been really awesome, because we've been able to like build a customer base and get to meet different people from Manchester too. And it's really helped us, especially like during the COVID-19 when we weren't able to sell cattle, you know, through the auction. Like, this has been our main like income, is coming from these beef sales. So it's been huge for us to be able to still be able to sell beef this way and direct through to the customer.
Those kind of things, you know.
Yeah, we're really hopeful. I mean, you know, just in the time that, like, you know, from March until now, we've had so many customers that have been coming back, you know, weekly or a couple times a month buying beef from us, because now we've built this relationship with us, and they've tasted our beef and know how much better it tastes than other beef that they've had before. So we're really hopeful and feel fairly positive that like customers are going to keep buying beef this way, because I think that they like that interaction that they get with the farmer and knowing where their food comes from, and being able to trust the product that they're getting, essentially. So if we're able to sell even more product here, that would be huge for us. I mean, we've been trying to get more and more appointments at processors to keep stocked with the beef, and if we are able to sell more here, that's huge, and we're happy to have a partnership with Acorn. They've been really great to work with, and like things are it's just really simple to just pack up a bag of stuff and bring it over here, and if we can bring even more, I mean, we prefer selling direct to the customer, and this way. So not only from, the financial standpoint, but, also just like so people can eat our beef. So.
Yeah. And, then, the consumers can really, meet with the farmers, meet with us, and we can talk to them about what we do and really help, educate them as consumers when they're trying to buy a product. Even if they may not be buying our product, at least they know, what's going on and what we're doing, and it's not something that they're just picking up at the grocery, a larger chain grocery store. So when Acorn, if they're planning on building a community kitchen or something of the sort, we would love to be able to come down here and show the public, some of our unique cuts and how to prepare those beef products, or maybe even put on a class for some people that may not know exactly what to do with this roast or that steak, and want to learn a little bit more about how to cook and prepare different cuts that they may not have seen before.